Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for joining us here on Variant Roles. I am your host and game master, Dan Gaston, at MadSciDM on Twitter. I use he, him pronouns, and I am happy to be here with these fine-looking folks tonight for some more Cypher System goodness. And we're going to pick up in a moment with some more bleeding edge, transhumanist, post-cyberpunk, how many other hashtags can I throw at this shenanigan and nonsense.
Hashtag
the as we dig into some sabotage on the Red City of Mars in Mariner City. But I am going to toss it over and introduce, or rather, let everyone else introduce themselves. In no particular order, I'm going to start in my upper right with Sam. Sam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, or as okay as I can be, because I've nearly forgotten everything I had planned for Nevda. So fingers crossed it will all come back as we go. But yeah, I'm Sam. I use he/him pronouns as well, and as mentioned, I shall be playing Nevda Urel, a clever warrior who wields two weapons at once, and has a bit of a darker side that comes through every now and then. Not that he wishes to impose on people, of course.
Throws the weight around and tries to intimidate strange, hard-ass looking women in random bars. And we'll see how well that worked.
That's his best decision, to say the least.
Excellent. I'm going to cut all the way down to my lower left, or my left, your lower left, with Matthew.
Hey, that's me. I don't know why I say that now. I'm Matthew. I am. You can find me at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter, and I will be playing Joseph. He is a charming adept who rides the lightning, and he is very good at just about everything. And he is the heart and soul of this team. So they will be looking mournfully. They will be looking towards him for leadership and guidance in these trying days.
In his Sperry Docksiders, of course.
Yep.
All right, let's cut over to my right with Emma. Emma, how are you doing today?
Hello. So excited for this. I'm Emma, and I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I will be playing Glitch, who is a probably could use a good meal. And she's a hacker and engineer and scientist who is just about awkward at every social interaction possible.
Excellent. All right, let's cut up to my upper left. We've got some new / returning, because they have played here before, and they've played Cypher in this setting before. But swapping in for this part 2 of our adventure, and we'll go to Val.
Oh, hey, it's me.
The new thing.
Hi, Matt. I'm Val. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Nova, the mysterious gal who travels through time. Ooh, yes, I'm mysterious. And she is cool with just about every situation as long as there is some sort of food, preferably tacos.
Excellent.
Right.
Great. And straight up above me, we've got Alexis. Alexis, how are you doing with that crazy dedication to the makeup?
I'm doing pretty good. I am Alexis. I use she, her pronouns, and I am very, very excited to be reprising my role as Loretta Rain. She is a hideous speaker who leads, and she's obviously got a whole mess of scarring up her face from something she don't like to talk about, but she hasn't been the same since the incident.
Excellent.
And,
anything that can be described as the incident is clearly
right.
the best thing ever.
Absolutely right, the incident. And she is ready to join in and throw in some support for her team, and just ready to get going.
Excellent. Great. All right, so this is a two-parter, but if you didn't see our first session, that's all right, because I'm going to fill you in with the salient details. There was an active sabotage on Mars, and these fine investigators have been sent to clear up who, what, when, where, and why, with an anarchist terrorist that is possibly an associate of theirs being fingered for the crime. They investigated her hotel room, found some suspicious plastic explosive-like substance, a whole crap ton of cash, and of course there is video evidence of her leaving the scene of the crime 10 minutes before the explosion. So all fingers kind of point to her, but then they were attacked by a security drone while the security cameras were turned off in the hotel, and they managed to trace that data point back to Monolith Systems, an office in their building. And of course, Monolith Systems are the owners of the factory that was sabotaged in the first place. So we've got a couple of potential leads to follow up on where they could go. And we've assumed that everyone sort of returned to their safe house or hotel for the evening. They've rested up. They've replenished some of their pools with their recovery rolls where appropriate. And Evna Trench had to really get back to Jamie, her ship, in orbit, because she just couldn't bear the separation as much as she would have liked to hang out with Glitch and her metal arm a little bit more. And so Acheron Security, who is your employer, has sent another of couple of agents your way in the form of Nova. And I just realized I didn't get Alexis up on the overlay. And Loretta. So yeah, so you have some people who have joined you.
Oh, smashing! It's so nice to meet you. I'm Joseph, and I will shake both of their hands.
You
What
remember
up?
me, I'm Loretta. But it's good to see you again, Joseph.
Oh, is that you?
It is, yes.
You don't look the same.
It's a different day. And
Right.
listen, my man, some things have gone down since the last time.
Well, I'm sure you'll explain it all to me later.
I will. Yep.
And you? Your name?
Oh, hey, I'm Nova. Nice to meet you. Safe salutations and all that. What up, my mans?
Oh, a pleasure to meet you, Nova. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it's so nice to see that we have others come to fill the gap left. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be in the corner.
I didn't quite catch your name there, son. What would that be?
Of course, my apologies. I am Nevda Uvel.
Nevda. Right. Okay, that makes sense. And then you must be Glitch then.
Hey,
All right. Wonderful. And all right. So what seems to be the issue here? I mean, we got a little bit of a brief, but what do y'all need?
Now, I believe, in my estimation, our pursuits have led us back to somewhere in Monolith Systems. That's the hunch I want to go on. We were assailed upon by a spider bot, and with using my wits and adept skills, I was able to rescue my compatriots here from its clutches.
yes, you saved us all.
Yep, and
I mean, Joseph, it's not like you were around the corner when that all went down, now was it?
no, of course not. I was right there in the thick of it, fighting for their lives.
Of course, my apologies for saying so.
Yep. Oh, yep. So looks
That
like
sounds just like you, Joseph.
exactly you understand.
Right.
And so it looks like we traced a little hooty tooty technology blippity dippity back to Monolith Systems.
Well then.
Glitch understands it.
This was
No,
a short mission.
you nailed it. You got it just right.
That was the only thing interesting that happened yesterday at all. So
All right. Well, what's the plan then? What do y'all think our next steps ought to be?
Well, it is as Joseph just said. We did track back the order for the Spiderbot to attack us to one Darren Hansel with Monolith. So I think we were debating going. Oh,
Bless
bless
you.
you. Debating going after and investigating this Darren.
All
What
right.
what do you think, Nova?
I think I didn't really read the brief, so like it was a short brief, but it was in a weird squiggly font, and
Oh, that was me.
son of a bitch.
Joseph likes to write with the curlies,
Yeah.
the curls font. Like the squiggles are.
Are
Yeah,
you the one that's putting like the heart over the eyes as well?
But that's also me. Yes.
that's
I
right.
wrote,
Yeah,
I wrote the report, so it's
And-
wonderful.
it's like the heart, but then the one side makes a squiggly little curly Q tail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was some like doodles of what looked like butts all on the page, and I was kind
Right,
of distracted
where
by
the
that.
the heart kind of looks like maybe if you look at it from the side, it's definitely a butt. Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
So like it was, I got distracted by the butt hearts. So
as
say-
one is prone to do, of course. Yes,
I am an artiste.
he is.
Sure,
he,
man.
He does have the soul of a creative. Yeah, he has a creative spirit.
I do.
Yep.
That sounds legit, bro. As a professional investigator, I say we go and do the last thing whichever person said we should do.
It's a good thing one of us here is a professional.
Also,
Consummate.
have you? I like point to Loretta. I'm like, I'ma stick with her because we've bonded on this very short journey over.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's probably best. She does enjoy having a kind of guiding hand ever since the incident.
Right.
We don't speak of the incident.
We don't
No.
speak of the incident. No,
Oh.
we only refer to it vaguely.
And with an air of mystery.
That's right.
So, and Monolith Systems is our employer, correct?
Well,
No,
we all know who our
Indirectly.
real employer is,
Indirectly.
which we
So,
shall
let's
not
just-
speak of.
shouldn't be an issue then. Let's go to the HQ, as it were, and do some polite investigation.
Quick pro quo, did they pay us for this before we go investigate them?
I have no concept of money, so I don't know.
Okay, the lightning boy is out.
I don't know. I'm kind of with him on that.
Oh, damn it.
Worst mercenaries ever.
Our,
Don't worry, Nova. I'm with you on the money is important. I'm with you on that at least.
we have our own employments that will reward us no matter what happens with Monolith.
Yeah,
What?
gotcha.
We do?
That sounds spicy.
Oh,
It's spicy.
It's very spicy.
well,
All right, so
definitely wasn't listening.
we
Well, I mean,
In-
that is par for the course for you, Joseph. So no
In-
one expected you to listen.
In the background, all along the watchtower starts playing.
The Prairie version, please, from
Which-
Battlestar
which-
Galactica. Season
Yeah.
3.
Oh yes, the Bear Creary version. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
There's like the little sitar in there. and-
Absolutely, Bear.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Bear's version
it's
or no
be-
version.
Yeah, it's being played
Not the
by like
Bears,
some kid like on the corner who's just like plucking away at a sitar.
I throw him a space
Like-
buck.
Yes, I do too. I tell him, go get yourself a hot meal with that.
Goes to a noodle shop.
That's very good. I'm proud of him. He's making good life choices.
oh,
So lead the way, Loretta.
All right. So I will lead the way to Monolith, I suppose.
All right.
However we are going. By foot, by vehicle of some nature.
Oh, you can totally get your Mars Uber
All
to
right.
come pick you up.
It's
And,
okay, I've
That'll
got
be
an
fun.
app for that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's
wonderful.
totally an app for that.
Before we go, selfie from Instagram, and I take a picture of everyone.
Definitely flip the camera off.
Once again, covering his face.
Beautiful
Um,
picture.
quick question before we go.
I got a nice picture with my son. Yes, there we go. With my friend Joseph.
Your son friend Joseph.
My son friend Joseph.
Would it be possible during that rest to swap my ciphers out?
Yeah, let's say that because you're going back to a safe house, so you can totally. Let's see.
Thank you. So much.
Basically like a reload from your stash. You know, there's basically Acheron. You open one of those like big military like cases, and it's just like you're rooting around for gear.
Yes.
So let's see.
Thank you.
No problem. We will deal you some cards. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Anybody else?
I am set on mine.
Yeah, I'm good with mine.
Good.
Yep, all good here.
Excellent. All right. So you get yourself all loaded up. You call a ride-hailing service, which, of course, Uber doesn't even need independent contractors anymore because it's a self-driving car, and it will happily take you to Monolith HQ. And we'll just assume, Acheron is contracted by Monolith, so you coming into Monolith to do anything about the investigation is totally normal. And and I would say from just your general knowledge, investigating for potential moles inside the company or anything like that wouldn't be unusual. So you coming in and doing a security sweep and following up leads, unless it takes you above to, an executive floor or something. But if you're just investigating the grunts, no one's going to bat an eye.
Oh, perfect.
Right.
So if you just, you basically present yourself to the security detail downstairs, tell them what you want to do, and they would accompany you, of course.
Right. Walk in, do the quick badge display, flip it back up, and put it back into my pocket. And yes, we're going to be needed to do a bit of a security sweep and do a little investigation on the hush hush. So we're going to need your compliance and your discretion.
But of course, absolutely. What can I? Please tell me where I can take you.
We're interested in one particular member of our investigation, a fellow by the name of Darren Hansel, I believe.
All right, let me just pull that up here. He starts cycling through some stuff on his terminal, and sort of flashes up like a picture. Basically, he's pulling up an employee file. It seems Mr. Hansel hasn't been to work in a few days. Looks like hasn't been in for 3 days now.
Can you give us a list of his current last known residence?
I certainly can.
Any known locations where he may frequent? And,
well, that you'll probably have to speak to his colleagues. I don't have that in his employee file, but I can happily share his address.
And next of kin, emergency contact. Yep.
Of course, yeah, and he fires that over to you, including the location, which is an address on Valley Boulevard, and which is one of the major. Yeah, it's one of the major streets in Mariner City. And the security guard sort of grunts a little bit and says, "Huh, interesting."
What's that now?
Well, I wouldn't have thought someone of Mr. Hansel's employment level and income would afford a residence in an area of town like that.
I mean, can't he have some sort of a relationship that affords him something above his pay grade?
It's potential. According to his file, he's not married. But, of course, he may have a partner with significantly more income. I just noted that for someone of his income level, it is a very well-to-do part of town.
Well, that is an interesting note, and happy to have that information.
He was obviously involved in criminal activities, the likes of which have paid him a handsome sum that allowed him to live well above his station.
I'm gonna slowly push him aside.
We've cracked the case.
Could we by any chance see his station really? Can we go look? I'd like to go look at
I would like to give Glitch here some good advice and allow her to become proficient or trained in this social encounter by kind of helping to guide her through and
Nice.
What does that look like when you basically? I'm imagining you taking Glitch aside a little bit and giving her a pep talk.
not quite so much as pulling her aside, but I'm just kind of oh, I know. Could I, because I do have these ports in my wrists, would I be able to just kind of surreptitiously hook into her bionic arm? I do have training in disguise and stealth tasks.
So, are Loretta and Glitch holding hands right now?
Oh, good.
Sometimes when we
Sort
touch.
of, and then I'm able to sort of
and you're
let her
inserting
know
your
through code, sort of at the speed of thought,
right.
like how to sort of guide and phrase things, but allowing her the freedom to word things the way that she would like, giving her some confidence.
So you're holding hands and putting your connectors in her ports.
That's right.
Is what you're saying.
That's absolutely right.
I thought it was my job to smut things up on this thing.
Not as such. No, not when the red is here. No, I have this will in hand.
You didn't jump in quick enough on that, Matthew. So
I didn't. I was trying to read my character sheet. It's a fatal mistake.
I saw an opening and I took it.
Fantastic, Dan. Wonderful. And would Joseph really read his character sheet and understand his own personal abilities?
I figured he's been on the job a few days. Now he might as well at least look inward.
I was going to say, how self-aware is Joseph?
And not very.
He's self-aware enough to realize he's not self-aware.
Correct.
Very Socratic.
All right, so Loretta gives you some advice. So you are at least momentarily, Glitch, trained in social interactions.
Oh, goody. All right, so she's kind of gonna try to straighten herself up, and she says, "We need to go and examine his workspace for a brief period of time, and we'd appreciate your discrepancy with that. We need to go take a look at his stuff."
Of course. Are anything we can do to help?
I'm gonna lean over to Red and be like, "I did it."
I squeeze her hand just a little bit, yeah, I'm proud of you. I knew you had it in you.
He keys something in, and the security port sort of opens so that you can enter the main part of the building. And he's like, "Right this way, after you, ma'am."
Go.
Wonderful.
I'm going.
I just trail immediately behind Glitch, letting Glitch lead.
Yeah.
I'm still holding her hand so tightly.
Aww.
Excellent.
I continue to hold it. I know she gets it.
Yeah, you give it a little squeeze.
I do.
All right. So the security guard leads you up, and he sort of chit chats with you as he leads you up. Says his name's John. He's got a wife, got a couple kids, got a dog, truck he can't afford.
It's a shame we're going to have to kill him. I mean, sorry.
Goodbye, John.
Classic rookie mistake. I gave him a name.
Exactly. And a backstory.
He had a backstory.
Right. That's right.
He's either murder fodder or you're gonna marry him. one or the other.
Right. Thruple. It's time for a thruple.
There are rules to this kind of thing.
Yeah. So he leads you up to the workstation. It's like a nondescript sort of cubicle, basically, on a semi-open plan office, because they haven't figured out that those are trash yet in the future. And the security guard leads you in. He's like, well, this is his space. As you can see, a little bit of yeah. And you like look at the workspace, and there's, crumpled up candy bar wrappers and like crushed can of some energy drink nearby. There's a
like my
bobblehead
apartment.
dog. Yeah. There's a bobblehead dog nodding away. And like a workstation and terminal.
Does this all bring you joy?
Well, this is
This is
my
your part,
workspace.
not your workspace. Somebody really needs to dig down deep and ask themselves, does this bring me joy?
That's right.
You're sitting at your workplace and it is this cluttered. I mean,
Well, I mean, there are devotees to Saint Conda on Mars, so there are the radical minimalists.
So this is my first time in a office setting, and I am absolutely fascinated. I'm like, look at this! He's got a mug that says, "Don't talk to me till I've had my coffee." How wonderful!
I'm glad to see that you're treating this experience as if you were in a museum.
I hold up a whatever the equivalent is to like a stapler, whatever common tech office item. Like, look at this! Clip, 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 clip. Arr.
Yeah, there's like some frame little like meme comic, which is like, someone's got a case of the Mondays.
That's right.
Some like future XCDs.
Working people are fascinating, aren't they?
I like pick up the bobble-headed dog and I would like show it to Joseph. Like, how does it work?
It must be ancient sorcery.
It must be the Saint Condo they spoke of.
I'll just look at the bobblehead. I'll just look at the bobblehead for about 7.5 minutes.
My God.
it's like we need this for evidence and investigations, and we will return it to him forthwith. And I'm just gonna keep the bobblehead.
Ooh.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. The bobblehead is investigations.
That's right.
Meanwhile, actual investigation.
Yeah. Meanwhile, real investigative work is going on.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and sit down at his desk and make myself at home, and I'm gonna wave Nevda over and be like, so we trace this back here to this desk, right? Am I remembering this right?
You are correct, Glitch. It was this desk, or at least this IP, that you managed to trace it back to.
But he hasn't been here in 3 days.
Correct. This is why I had the assumption that our little prey was using this as a bouncing off point, if you will. I'm not too good with the terminology, I'm afraid.
It's okay, I get you.
Perhaps you can dig around and see if you can't pick anything up.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'll have a look physically.
can I use my, like, maybe, can I use my lab analysis and like, can I get fingerprints from this? Is that a thing? Could I have access to a fingerprint database?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I always wanted to be an NCIS. Okay. So, I want to like investigate and see if I can get fingerprints off the keyboard.
Okay. And actually you can basically, so you're going to spend 3 intellect points.
Yeah.
And your go-go gadget arm like unfolds into like just like a suite of forensic tools.
Cool.
And you can basically, like, this ability really lets you investigate a whole site.
Okay.
So you can basically treat his whole cubicle And, for this purposes, I would say that the computer is also, like, this is kind of setting where, like, let's not say, like, everything, but, like, basic data retrieval. So, like, going real deep maybe will require some further hacking. But,
Okay.
like, basic data retrieval off of a device is, like, forensic analysis.
All right.
And so you can pull, like, fingerprints, DNA, like, all that stuff.
All of the above.
Yeah.
I also have like caution crime scene tape in my arm that I'm just gonna start like putting around the area for fun.
I can help you with that if you tend to the technical things. Let me
Okay.
know if you need any help with that, by the way.
Sure. Okay.
I'll just
Okay.
make sure that she has space to work.
So why don't you roll me 2d20, and we'll see how long it takes for you to complete the investigation.
Woo!
I hope I don't get two natural 20s. I got an 11 and a 3.
11 and a 3. Okay, so it's 14 minutes of investigation time.
Fast.
All right.
Really
Not
fast.
bad at all.
I'm getting
Yeah.
better.
That's quite
Yeah.
good. Yes.
And I'm gonna say that that your investigation of the scene is going to. Thanks so much for the follow, Cypher Unlimited. Your investigation of the scene is gonna take. I'm gonna say this is a level 4 task, and then you'll learn up to like 3 pieces of information from your investigation.
Okay. Am I supposed to? I'm trying to remember. Do I spend something on this? If I
So
wanna
you
make
can.
film?
So we're starting. Yeah. So we're starting at a level 4.
Okay.
This will be intellect based, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have any other skills?
I'm skilled at computer science stuff.
You are skilled at the computer science, so that might come into play. And it is now. Of course, because it's a new day, you can change your other skill that you have.
Yeah, that's what I was
trained in.
just looking at. So, and you said it could be really broad.
Yeah, like
Or is it- does it-
investigation could
I
totally
was just
be a
gonna say,
skill.
could it be like investigation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
So let's apply that. So that's a skill that's applied. So you've gone from a 4 to a 3 difficulty. And yeah, if you want to spend 3 points of intellect to apply a level of effort to take it to a 2, you could do that.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm
Okay,
gonna just.
so you're at a level 3, so 9 or higher.
Oh my god.
I did tell you I could assist you if you needed it.
I rolled already, but
Okay.
But
You
you have
do-
remember you have XP that you can spend to re-roll, right?
no, I got a 10.
Oh, you got a 10. Excellent.
Oh, hey!
Yay! Wah wah wah. Success. Okay. So 3 bits of pieces of data that you pull. We'll say that, this is the future, so like analyzing prints is better than it is today, and you can sort of tell newer prints versus older prints and like things like that. You only pull you pull 2 sets of prints from the cubicle that are there in like a lot, right? Like as opposed to just passing. One matches up, like you basically access the employee file and it comes back that it's Darren's.
Mm-hmm.
And the secondary print is like a member of the cleaning staff.
Okay.
So, the prints that you expect. The same for DNA. You have contact DNA recent from Darren. And from the computer terminal, you get additional access logs that points back to what you believe to be Darren's apartment on Valley Boulevard.
Got it. I'm gonna relay this to everybody.
Yeah. So, yes, you were correct, and Nevda was correct that this was sort of, it's as far as you could get back on the access, but someone had done it remotely accessing this computer, and whoever did it from Darren's place, his apartment.
while that was happening, could I have, and I assume, what was his name? John was that the guard's name?
Yep, John the
I
guard.
assume he was just hanging around in the area, just
Yeah,
watching.
yeah, he's just chilling.
Could I approach him and ask him, would you be able to pull up a file on one other name for me, please, sir?
Of course.
I appreciate it. I believe I can read my own handwriting. Is it Jocelyn Clement?
Jocelyn
Uh,
Clement.
Jocelyn, I think, something like that.
Jocelyn Clement. Oh yes. Right. I have that written down, and I am totally blanking on the context that I wrote that name down on.
She was.
It was
Go
the
ahead.
name Tarsin was wearing on her worker's outfit.
Yes. That's right. Yeah. So he pulls up a data file, and he's like, "Oh, interesting. Yeah. It's a old file, and shows you an image that looks nothing like Tarson, of course. And it is like an older woman, and it's marked retired. She had retired like a couple of months ago.
What was her job with the company?
Says here she was a maintenance worker at the factory.
And do you have an address for her?
I've got her last known address and retirement benefits. Yeah. And he fires you the most recent address that they have.
Okay. Do you have that address, or should we just say it's just the recent address? Or
Yeah, it's an address on Mangrove Avenue.
okay. Thank you very much. Your help is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, no problem. And Nevda, about that time, you get a ping on your dead drop email address and another little annotated video clip, and it shows Tarson talking with someone outside the factory the day before the explosion, and the person she's talking to is like circled and flagged, and it's listed as Darren.
I'll just send a quick message back to the hacker with another small bonus attached to it in the message. Your help is greatly appreciated. Please do keep it coming. And then just kind of, I assume I could essentially broadcast this information to the rest of the
Oh
group.
yeah, you could just fire it to everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And then back away into my little corner to do my own thing again.
Excellent. All right, Loretta and Nova, and Joseph, what are you doing while Glitch is investigating and Nevda's chatting up the guard?
Joseph,
Yes, darling.
do you reckon anybody else that there's any risk of any other shady figures involved in this that might be in this building or worked at this location? Just while we're here, make sure we check all our bases.
I think that's everyone. Nova, do you have any ideas?
Well, that cleaning lady sounded really suspicious.
Right. You know, in order to cover all of our bases, we should probably find her and kill her in front of her family.
And
That seems justified because of reasons, yes. But I was thinking more along the lines of, well, I suppose someone like a cleaning crew or a guard would have access to these things, and if they wanted to cover their tracks, could potentially deal with the individual and frame them in some manner. I just don't know how skilled how skilled our quarry is. That's all.
I think whoever they are, they're very skilled.
All right.
So whoever this dude was, he was involved in blowing up stuff.
Yes.
And he routed his IP through his work computer to his home computer?
It seems sloppy, doesn't it?
That's a dumb move. If you're gonna blow stuff up, don't link it to yourself.
Right. It seems quite
check
sloppy.
the cleaning lady's IP address and blow it up through there.
Well, technically,
Or-
that's not how we blew it up.
Oh, well,
Well, I
It
don't
was
think
the spider drone where he tipped his hand.
Oh.
Mhm.
Still though, it's he's either like in a corner, which means he's gonna be slightly on the more dangerous side,
Yes.
or it's very convenient that two things just happen to link up to his own personal computers.
Right.
I have always lived my life in convenience, and things just seem to. I've never known complexity, so I don't understand what all the concern is. This seems to be where everything's coming up, Joseph.
I mean, you are
time-
blessed in that manner, yes. You are quite hashtag blessed.
Hashtag bless. Follow me on my Instagram.
No
the name of
filter.
Joseph. The name of Joseph.
Just woke up, no filter.
Correct.
Lightning dead A.
You don't talk about my lightning.
just a quick
It's
question.
quite shocking if you're not expecting it.
Quick question, Dan. Do we know anything about the explosion as to how it was detonated, or would we have to go and investigate the actual scene?
You could probably at this point pull up whatever preliminary information it was. But I mean, you found, like, in your initial reports that you received, there was, the trace analysis and that sort of thing, all pointed to Anarchist Alliance MO and like the explosives they like to use and that sort of thing. And you found the same explosive at the hotel.
How long ago was the explosion again?
It was at least a couple of days ago.
Hmm.
So you guys had to come in, right? You're sort of brought in.
They only bring the best.
Would it be 3 days
That's
ago?
right.
Yeah, it was around 3 days ago.
Okay.
Well, we have an address, right? So I say let's go there. Let's just follow the breadcrumbs. Hi,
Yeah,
Gilby.
let's just show up at his house, see what happens.
I don't see why not.
Knock on his door and be like, "Hey, did you blow this thing up?" Yeah.
If I may
Yay.
me interject for a moment,
Yes, please do, Nev.
Yeah, you're shady. Tell us
Yeah.
what to do.
might I suggest potentially the address of the woman who bears the name that Tarsin was using, just to see if that might uproot anything.
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
Thank you. I just wish to check in on that avenue of thought before we move on to Valley Boulevard.
Sounds smashing.
I trust your instincts, Nevda.
Thank you. That's a great compliment. Thank you. I live to serve.
I'm sure that's not entirely true, but let's go with that.
All right. So you guys step outside, leave Monolith HQ.
I'm gonna take his mug. The mug.
Oh.
That I'm taking that.
We're just pocketing stuff from his desk, like this is mine.
I'm taking it, and then once we get like outside and away from the building, I'm gonna give it to Joseph.
Oh.
I mean, we needed that for
Science.
to confirm fingerprint evidence. We needed it, right? So yeah,
We needed it for science.
there's
I
a
take
reason we took
Take
that.
a picture of me and my mug outside Monolith Systems. Hashtag don't talk to me till I've had my caffeine.
Dear.
Hashtag
I
coffee.
do not know how you have lived this long and this well so far.
Money helps
Money.
a lot.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Joseph, can I intrude?
Yeah, of course you can.
All
Every
right.
time.
Who do you want to toss the other XP to?
Val, because I haven't seen her in a while.
Okay.
Hi,
Excellent. So in your head, you hear this like, now familiar voice just say, oh, this is interesting. And above you, you can see there's like little swarms of something like kind of gathering in the sky above you. And it starts to rain. And it starts to like pour, which it doesn't really ever do on Mars. You're inside this like artificial magnetically shielded area. It's not a dome. It's like there's some kind of almost force fieldy type thing that retains atmosphere in this part of Mariner Valley. And you quickly realize these little drones are usually what they spray like mist, like so that you get like a light misting around, because otherwise Mars is real dry, right? And it's horrible on the skin, so you want like some moisture in the air.
Of course.
So they just do this like light mist periodically, right? But a whole bunch of them for some reason have concentrated just above your group and is pouring rain, like just drenched. You've never felt this since the one you would have been off world somewhere the last time you would have experienced real rain. And as you walk down the street, it is following you. So it's just staying above you and following along, and the little voice in your head is humming, and it says, yes, your skin was getting so dry.
I'm just gonna dance along. I'm like, it's raining! It's raining! How wonderful! Isn't that wonderful?
I start singing in the rain because this is an opportunity.
It's raining on a man.
Instead of an
Hallelujah, it's raining on a man. Oh.
Instead of an umbrella, I have my bat though, so I'm like swinging around a bat in this rain.
I was waiting for the rain. It's so nice.
I'm totally getting Harley Quinn vibes off of that.
Yes.
Yes.
Glitches. She does her makeup every morning, but it's mostly just like she takes an eyeliner and she tries real hard and then it doesn't work, so she just kind of smudges it around and never washes it, so it's just all coming down her face right now.
We are quite similar, except mine is more of an every other day sort of process.
So you have a routine.
Yeah, sort of. I mean,
There's so much.
it's all in the brows anyway, so
It's all the power is held in the brows.
that's right. That's right.
There's so much product in Joseph's hair. It's unaffected. his poof.
My
Because
God,
he has one.
that's
Oh
right.
yeah, for sure. And like people are now staring, right? Because this is a totally unusual experience, and so people are like pointing and watching you.
So I'm gonna say to my lightning daddy, I'm gonna say, "Was this just for me? A little treat just for me?"
I wanted to experience something new. Also, this is gathering me very useful data on the climate control systems of this city.
This is fine.
That's fine.
This is fine.
That's not fine. That's not fine.
This is fine.
Good.
Oh,
God.
Fine.
oh, that.
I'm having a minor heart attack. It's fine.
I'm learning so much about your species, Joseph.
Oh, well, I'm one of a kind, darling. They aren't all this fabulous.
Oh, but now, exactly, I was in just your head, but now I'm spreading through all of these delightful computer systems that your people have made, and oh, they tell me so much.
What have you done?
Where is my bowl of popcorn?
I've made good choices. I've made good choices. I will continue to make good choices. That's good. So you got all that. You got all that from the hotel then?
Oh, that was just a merely convenient location, and then I found from there I could spread to the greater network, and it was really a rather trivial task to enter into the city's infrastructure systems. I mean, really, you call those AIs?
Did we just
Mere
release Skynet?
children.
Not we so much.
So much as 100% Joseph.
Glitch helped.
So
Glitch didn't know she was helping.
But yeah, Sam, you go. I need a second.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Nevda having no idea of this and thinking that it's Joseph's doing since it's following him.
Well, it's following you
Oh, it's
all
following
as a group. Yeah.
Okay.
It's enough that everyone is covered. So it'd be,
I'm actually
I
going to
would
roll a
s-
d20 to see if he thinks it's Joseph.
Well, I was gonna say, like, this is a perception related task. So go ahead and if you're paying particular attention, if you let me know if you get any skills or if you want to apply effort. This would be an intellect based task. It's your perception and awareness of what's going on.
Let's see. I have tasks involving or identifying danger, lies, quality, importance, function, or power, but I doubt that applies right now. It's not important.
Danger sense. I mean, this is an unusual circumstance, so I would let that skill apply.
Okay. And I'll do, one effort of intellect.
Okay. So go ahead and throw in 3 points out of your pool for a level of effort.
Mm-hmm. And I rolled a 15.
A 15. All right. So that would succeed on anything that was 5 or higher, or started out at no more than 7. So that cloud it's encompassing you all, but it is totally centered above Joseph.
So Nebda's just going to draw his coat tighter around him, hating the rain.
I'm gonna step up to Nevda, but not close. I'm having trouble staying dry, darling.
Yes, I am, Joseph, and I think I have mentioned to you before, haven't I, that I don't like cities because there are too many eyes, and you are bringing more eyes upon us. Now stop this.
I promise you, if I could, but you see the lightning, and I just kind of cackle a little. It's not always in my control. I'm so sorry.
Then perhaps you should find a location where you can lock yourself away until you do gain control. Especially not out in the field, where keeping eyes away from us is of the utmost benefit.
Are you offering to lock me away?
I believe we've had this conversation before.
Of course. I'm sorry. I forget myself.
While this is happening, I'm like trying to hit this cloud with a bat, but as soon as you said that, I was like, I wasn't present for this conversation. I would like to know where it's going.
And your bat is like swiping through. It's like a cloud of gnats, because they're like nanobot kind of things. Like they're pretty tiny. They all conglomerate together to produce this rain effect.
I'm doing it gently because I don't want to injure the little nanos.
Yeah.
So hearing Nova, Neva's actually going to turn to her and say, "Oh, it's quite simple, really. Joseph is too much of a dullard to interest me in anything that would require physical activity of the sexual nature, which he seems so interested in."
I like pull out like a data pad and I just type in fanfic options ?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for that.
Perfection.
Nevda, if I was capable of feeling human emotion, I would be very hurt right now.
Luckily you are not.
Yes, I sold that years ago.
Look, Nevda,
Joseph,
I
in your-
mean, just it's enough to say you're disinterested. You don't need to resort to insult.
Oh, I quite agree, but the fact that I've already told him once is I have very little limit when it comes to human interaction.
Just sense of humor to a little bit of a joke and a gentle ribbon.
To quote Joseph, I sold that a long time ago.
Hap.
Joseph,
Yeah.
in your head,
Yeah.
you hear a, "That's okay, Joseph. I find this brain of yours delightfully interesting."
Oh, my
Thank you.
God.
Thank you, Daddy.
Oh my God.
So,
Interesting. How does this match up with familial relationships?
I'll explain it. I'll explain it later, but I have a job to do now.
I suspect there's some websites I can check for this.
Oh, so many.
If Nova could hear this would be fanfic option number 2? Question mark.
Are
Ruffle? Question mark.
Are these little like little nanobots that are like raining on us? Are they like super high up, or are they like are they relatively close and like over us?
Somewhere in between. They're probably like 10 feet over your head.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we can't catch them.
Well, there's like ones like swarming around. They probably come in and out. So every once in a while you see like a little one like zip by your eye. It's like the size of like a gnat flying by. They're pretty small.
Can I try to catch one?
Absolutely you can. This would be a speed action in terms of the pools that you can spend from.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say that trapping one sort of without destroying it. Let's say it's a level 4.
Okay.
Is there any way I can assist by like picking Glitch up so it's easier for her to reach?
Yeah. Are you what does Nova have for skills?
So many skills.
Skilled in stealth, resisting interrogation. Oh,
I'm
but
mysterious.
you do have confounding. You pull talents and abilities seemingly out of nowhere. You can attempt
Look
one
at
task in which you have no training,
Mystery.
as if you were trained.
Yeah, I'm gonna this like
Oh my God, she's a bard.
Yes. Also, you have surging confidence.
I do.
She is a bard.
I was singing in the rain. I should have done umbrella as well. I could like lift her up. And...
You could. I also, if you don't mind a suggestion from me. So your travels through time, which we'll assume is like some weird like temporal anomaly that constantly follows you, probably since like some exposure to an alien device of some kind.
Yeah, I was going with like alien device, whole backstory, evil corporations, experiments, runaway. Now I'm just like tacos.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. So one of them is anticipation, which is like sort of gaining like a little flash of insight on future events, and so that gives you an asset on tasks.
Oh, hey.
So if you want to spend that intellect point, I'm imagining that you're doing the whole like Mr. Miyagi sort of thing, so that Glitch knows where that gnat's gonna fly and like can grab it that half second ahead of it where it is.
I'm like got like the figure to like the whole Professor X thing, like now. but like much more like I like go my bat and like I pull my bat up and like, you can do it now, jumpy jump.
Jump. And I would like to go ahead and spend some speed.
Yeah, you can spend 3 points out of your speed pool.
Let's do it.
And I think you have an edge in speed, right?
Yes.
So that means it'll only cost you 2.
Awesome.
Yeah. So they were going from a 4, an asset through the aid, so that's a 3, and the effort to a 2, so you only need a 6 or higher.
Okay. I got an 8.
Yeah.
Snap! And then you have like cradled in your hand, you open it, and there is like this little tiny shiny metallic like bot fly that keeps emitting like little static discharges.
Okay, I'm going to take it and put it inside my little like lab analysis kit
I-
for later.
Drop it in a test tube. And...
Yep, and then it goes like right back in my arm.
Excellent. Perfect.
Meanwhile, I am taking out of one of my pouches on my that I carry on my person. I'm just bringing out like trail ration bars, just passing them out, making sure everybody is topped off. We go into this with full amounts of energy. Anybody gets a little hungry, it doesn't allow us to focus very well. So
Traveling through time, talking to AI dads that might be Skynet, catching tiny flies, and avoiding fan fiction is hearty work.
right.
Oh God.
We're trekking along. We might get a little hungry, so
You have any
which
whiskey?
looks like she needs it too.
Yeah, it's like
I pull out a flask.
I'll take that.
Now, the fun flask we just pass around once for right now, and then at the end of the day we finish it off.
Yeah, sure.
I've got my own.
Of course you do, Joseph.
On the way there, if I could just, I want to walk up next to Glitch and kind of, walk with her arm by arm. And Glitch, darling. I feel like we're becoming so close.
Well, you're standing very close to me right now, so.
Yes. So, and I just kind of get a little bit of distance from the group. So, did you want to know how I did that with the nanobots earlier? You seem to have a very healthy interest in computers.
I do. Did you do that? Because you seem to know nothing about computers.
Well, I don't understand them the way you do. But I have my ways, and I make a little zap with my fingers. And, well...
That's electricity.
Yes. And, well, if you promise not to tell anyone, I could maybe have the scoop of the century for you.
Okay.
Yes. Later, of course, later.
You can't, no, you have to tell me now.
No. It's far too important and much to do about everything to explain it all now.
I'm gonna like lean in real close to his ear and whisper, "You're an ass," and then wink at him by double and walk away.
In my defense, I do know that.
Excellent.
Yet it changes nothing. Not that I heard that. That's just Alexis.
I am gonna buy you a drink later, though, Joseph. Double wink.
All
One
right.
day I'll get it.
All right. Okay, so you're going over to check the cleaning lady's house, or not the cleaning lady? Sorry, Jay Clements, that person's house.
Right, the not Tarzan.
It was the cleaning lady.
It was the cleaning lady all
the
along.
cleaning lady all along.
we solved the case.
We're sending some messed up messages here.
Maybe the real adventure was the waitstaff we met along the way. All right. So you arrive on Mangrove Avenue. It's just like a working class district. This is out towards the terraces, not up too high. So it's not super seedy, but it's basically like a working class neighborhood, factory workers, that sort of thing. It's like a tenement building, an apartment building of small units, and you've got the unit number, and you find yourself eventually just outside the door in a dimly lit hallway. The LEDs have shifted a little too close to the yellow end of the spectrum, so they're supposed to be like emulate daylight, but they're like dim and grungy. And like the plastic housings over the lights haven't been cleaned in a while, so it's all kind of grimy. The door is ajar.
Very quick question.
Yes.
Do I know of anybody? What individuals do I know would be associated with coming and going to this particular residence?
So as far as you know from your files, Jay Clement was unmarried, lived alone. So there'd be other apartments in this building, but in this particular resident is a solo occupancy.
And do I have any data on whether or not there was a cleaning company that would ever come by, or like a dog walk or anything? Anybody who would naturally come to this abode, or maybe a family or acquaintance that would
Nothing
by.
nothing that Monolith would have had. So Monolith, just because the person's retired, so they just know. They probably know the person's marital status because the person is like getting benefits or something like that, and that's about it. But otherwise, they don't necessarily have that much information on their personal life.
No information on whether or not there was any siblings or anything like that.
The contact for the next of kin appears to be a sibling, but it's a different address.
Okay, all right.
Can I tell if I get a sense of deja vu that this is like we've done this before kind of like thing? Because it's like you get a sense of deja vu, but you can't remember why. If it's like a bad feeling or a good feeling.
Yeah. So for you,
Time. Activate McConaughey time voice.
It's astounding. Time is
fleeting. Madness takes its toll.
Let's do the time loop
again. It's just a jump to the left.
And a step to the right.
Hands on your hips. Bring your knees in tight. All right. I need to stop or I'm going to do the entire song.
We go too far and we trigger and we get muted for like violating copyright.
That's right. It is so good.
Well, I was walking down the street. Nope. I need to stop.
So
full thing in accent and everything.
So the door into the residence is just like slightly open.
So I'm drawing one of my pistols. Well, actually, no. I'll draw both of them in a ready position.
Whoa! This isn't the Wild West.
And
the door is ajar, though. So
Nova, did you get a good feeling or bad feeling?
Yeah.
We do
with that.
Do I need to roll to tell that?
Well, so just looking and let's see. So you don't have like a specific like premonition ability or anything. But you could this, a perception based task just to gather your surroundings and that sort of thing. I'm going to say you don't know what the difficulty level is here, because it might be related to things that you can't see. Let's see. You are trained in stealth tasks, which could be used for the inverse as well, right? Like other stealthy people or places to hide. So let's treat that as a skill. And if you want to spend effort, this would be from intellect pool because it's related to perception.
Intellect is not Nova's strong point.
It's not, but otherwise it's just a pool sitting there, right? So spending points from it's totally fine.
Spend the points.
So it's 3 points for a level of effort.
I will spend the... No, you know what? It's YOLO. What's going to happen if I don't see them? Like,
okay.
Please don't die if I don't see them.
Yeah.
Don't betray me, dice. I got a 13.
You got a 13. All right, so that would be... Yes. Okay. So yeah, you're no particular feelings one way or the other.
I just relate that. It's like I don't feel anything weird here, but I just want to say that Joseph, this lighting makes you look terrible. I'm sorry, it's distracting me.
Quit it! You know I'm beautiful in all lights, darling. It's no use. There's no use attacking my vanity.
Oh
Here's
no,
the
you're
trick.
beautiful.
You see, here's the trick. You just look terrible in all lighting, and that way it doesn't matter what your lighting surroundings are like. It doesn't matter.
Incorrect. I am stunningly beautiful in all lighting.
Well, isn't that great for you? We aren't all that blessed.
Stunningly
Not
beautiful
since-
and all lightning and lightning.
Not
That's
since
right.
the incident.
Not
The
since the
incident.
Anyway, I have my hand just drifting towards one of my ciphers in case I need it.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
pull out my Derringer.
I'm gonna light a cigarette.
There you go.
Oh, is that like a technological weapon?
Yeah, you can burn someone's eye out.
Oh, okay.
You have lightning. I'm
What?
like, you have burned someone's eye out. You went, oh, I was like, you have lightning. You could burn someone's eye out with like finger guns.
Or I mean, you could do this with it.
That's all this
Lightning.
is actually a finger gun. I just say it's a Derringer.
I have like
That sounds right. That sounds
yeah,
right.
sounds right. I just have my bat out and doing the Harley Quinn pose, mostly for aesthetic.
Let's go in.
Shall
So
we?
Nevda's just going to walk straight in.
so you push the door open, and it's a relatively small apartment. There is basically like a small sitting room that has big enough for a couch and a small table. One wall like becomes a screen for like entertainment. There is a counter at the back for cooking, and there are 2 doors. You've seen enough of these like really like low end residences. You know, it's basically the size of a bachelor apartment, but the like bathroom, which is super tiny, and the bedroom, which really amounts to like a closet with a sleeping pad in it, are their own separate rooms. So it is really small. In the area, the main room, is a man in a set of overalls with on the back it says Mr. Clean in Services.
Oh man, that is just making the jingle go off in my head.
Yeah.
I can never. Once you see the words, you know it's in there. It's the same as that that rug or carpet company. You know, 1-8. No, how's that go? It's the Empire. That
Oh,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Dun,
I mean,
dun,
I just
dun, dun, Empire.
1-800-588. Yeah, that whole thing.
Empire. Yeah.
You know, once you get that in, you just can't get it out of
You
your
just
head.
can't get it out. And he is busy like cleaning and like packing some things into a bag. And he sort of says, before turning around, he's like, "Oh, hello. Is that the real estate agents? Yes. Cleaning services. Oh my.
I am going to, before he turns around, if I can.
Are you licensed for those firearms?"
Before he turns around, if
Yeah.
I can, I
Yeah.
am going to go ahead and use a cipher that I have.
Okay.
And I am going to make myself look like the sibling of what is their name?
Jay Clement.
Yeah.
That is right. So let me
Yeah, Jocelyn.
there we go. Disguise module.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll the d6 so we can
Okay.
see what the level of this cipher is.
Okay. All right. That was a 3 on the die, so total of 5.
So 5. Okay. Okay. So the person turns around and it says, "Oh my, are you
Yes.
licensed for those firearms? So do we really need them out?"
And I'll just say, oh, I had hired these. Sorry, I've just been afraid for my personal safety lately. They're here to make sure that I'm okay. Uh, I'm just here to sweep by and kind of collect some of my sister's things. I think we forgot here. If you don't mind.
Of course. I was just hired to pack up all the belongings after her demise. My deepest condolences.
Thank you. Could you? Where are the rest of the belongings that you had packed up so far? I'm sorry. I probably already know this. You probably mentioned 1,000 times at this point, I just, I can't keep anything straight anymore. I don't even know what day it is. Grief will do that to you.
Of course. And he walks forward and like extends his hand to shake. He's like, "My name's Jim, by the way."
All right. Does the disguise module get affected if I shake his hand back?
Yeah, I think it'll still work.
Okay. Then I'll shake his hand back.
Okay. I need you to make a speed defense roll, please.
Yeah, kind of figured.
Shit!
All right. So, since let's see. I'm wondering if is there anything that I can do to augment that, or is it just the roll?
You can spend effort, and if you have any skills, like if you're trained in speed defense, then that would apply.
I'm trained in intimidation.
I can't can I assist her at all?
So in this case, I think everyone is caught off guard.
Oh, I know I was.
Right.
But you can apply effort, even though this sort of catches you by surprise too. But you can.
So with the application of effort, I rolled a 14.
14. So that would be So you feel this little prick in your hand, and sort of like pull it away, and then immediately feel really woozy as you take 5 points of speed damage.
Oh no.
And Jim takes like a step back and seemingly out of nowhere from a pocket pulls out a big honkin' gun.
Oh no!
And I need you guys to make an initiative roll.
Oh,
Here it is.
So this is a speed roll. You can have a skill, like you can be trained in initiative, and you can apply effort from your speed pool, like any other roll. And it basically just works for those, since some people have only had like one Cypher combat. Basically, you're comparing to the NPC's target number, and if you beat it, you go before it. If you don't, you go after. And the relative order that you all go doesn't matter too much.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 2. So
All right, you're definitely going after.
yeah.
So I rolled a 15. I'd like to spend a speed effort.
Yes.
So I guess it's effectively 18. Is that roughly how that works?
So so you spend 3 points from your speed pool, 2 if you have edge in speed, and yes, functionally that makes it an 18.
All right.
I have a 19.
Okay.
I have a 17 and I did effort in speed.
Okay. Great. Glitch.
I have a 1.
You have a 1. Okay.
Oh, glitch.
All right. So
Fine.
so Joseph, Loretta, and Nevda are gonna go, and then Jim, and and then Nova and Glitch. So, Loretta, I think it makes most sense for you to go first because
All right.
you sort of have immediately been triggered as
Sure.
You could feel this like substance coursing through your veins, and you felt real woozy. And then he like levels this gun right at your face.
Right. Is there a way for me to take, if I have like some sort of a grenade type ammunition, can I backshot it so it doesn't affect me and my compatriots? Is that a possibility? I have a cipher I'd like to use, but I don't want to like affect everyone.
What does it say for its like blast radius or effect?
I wish that I could say it had a blast radius, but it says when fired, the cipher bursts in a poisonous cloud within an immediate distance.
Yeah, so in Cypher we've got like near, short, immediate, and this is a real small room, so I think everyone in here is because you got all close. If he was at the far side of the room, it might be short, but right now everyone is in, I think, immediate distance.
I'm going to get weird with it. You tell me whether or not this is a thing I can do.
Sure.
Can I try to like push him into a hallway and drop this thing so that he and I are the only ones affected?
So that would probably be well, you couldn't do that in one Cypher round because you can basically only do one action. But what I'm going to say, your original idea with the back shot, if you sort of, because he was a little further in the room than all of you, you took a few steps forward. If you threw this Cypher at the very back of the room, I'm going to say the same sort of sacrifice, you could get just the two of you.
Okay.
Because we assume everyone else has taken kind of you took a step forward to shake his hand sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simultaneously, while I fire this thing, it's called, let me put the cipher out. It is called sleep gas ammunition.
Sleep gas ammunition. Okay.
I'm going to say before I pass out probably, tie him up and take care of me.
All right. So
the level, I rolled a 5 on the D6.
Okay, so it is a level 7. Okay. So you sort of like click this into your gun and then like fire it at the back of the room.
Yeah.
And there's this like poof. And he's like whack, and falls over unconscious.
And I'll probably do the same shortly after.
Do you?
Yeah.
Roll another D6 for me.
Oh boy. 6.
Okay. So it's gonna linger for 6 rounds. So the gas is like lingering, unless other people can find a way to disperse it. So it's gonna linger around for a bit. Basically, so because it'll linger for 6 rounds, you fell asleep. The cipher level was 7.
Yeah, so there's about a round between
so
where
you got
it clears
one
and when
round
you wake up.
between when the gas clears and when you wake up. So you've got a couple of rounds worth if you have any way of trying to like disperse the gas.
Dan?
Yes?
Oh, I think I had a hiccup. I couldn't hear.
Yeah,
okay.
I had a hiccup too.
Oh, okay. So the gas is lingering for 6 rounds.
Okay.
And people will be asleep for 7. So you've only got a 1 round buffer where he's asleep and the gas won't like knock you out. But it means that you do have 6 rounds to work with to try and disperse the gas.
Okay. Well, assuming that this all happened at the same time, I'm going to fire.
What?
Going to fire a disintegration ray at the cleaner.
All right.
What part of tie him up? Don't you understand?
I didn't. This is all happening at once.
All happening so fast.
My
well, I mean,
God.
you could listen to her yelling it as you're like pulling the disintegration ray out.
It
you
is
do,
Joseph,
you do
though.
you do you, Joseph. So that's one of your ciphers.
Yes.
All right, so drop that in the field.
Oh my God.
I think that's the one, yeah.
If you hit me, I will end you.
I could aim it. I'm an excellent shot.
Hmm.
All right, so go ahead and
He's
roll a
blinding
d6
mental
for me.
scrammer.
So 2, so plus 2 is 4.
So 4. All right, so it's gonna do 6 points of damage.
Might not disintegrate him. He's unconscious.
He is unconscious, but yeah, so it deals like X amount of. So you're automatically gonna hit. I'm not gonna make you make a speed roll to hit him with the ray, because like even with a cipher, if you're firing it, you would still normally make a speed roll to see if you actually hit them. But because
Okay.
he's unconscious, his level is effectively 0 for hitting him. He's not moving.
Nice.
So it you can just see like bits of like vibrating as this ray sort of hits him, and then like the battery discharges on your ray emitter when you play it, and it starts smoking, and you have to like sort of throw it away. It's a disposable disintegration ray.
It is.
My God.
My papa gave it to me. Oh, sorry, panic.
So much consumerism.
What's Nevda doing in this first round?
So originally I was going to take a couple of shots with my pistols.
Yes.
But having a bit of restraint to myself and hearing Loretta's words, rather than following in Joseph's footsteps, I'm going to back away a little bit and out of the apartment, or just in the doorway. And can I do a check to see if anyone else or any allies, if you will, of our enemy is nearby?
Absolutely. So you can look around. You can spend intellect if you want.
Yep.
If you want to apply effort. And
Yep.
your danger sense is certainly a skill applying in. So you're functionally reducing your unknown target number by 2.
Yep. And I rolled 14.
Okay. So yeah, you're looking around, and you don't notice any people, but you do notice in a corner where you hadn't seen it before coming in, trained on the hallway and surveying on the door, there is a little black camera, and you can just see the faintest like red light sort of blinking on it. And it's definitely not, it stands out. It's not security, like a security camera that would have been in the building. It's too nice and high tech and new. And you can see it was just like stuck on the wall. It's like a military grade, security camera that you place and then you can remove, sort of. It's got like a 3M sticky backing, and you just jam it on the wall.
I'm just going to turn and give it a quick salute.
You can actually probably see the little 3M logo on the base plate of the camera.
Wait,
A subsidiary of Monolith.
Monolith has since bought 3M. Absolutely.
right.
It's
Makes
canon
sense.
now.
Yep.
yeah, just doing that quick salute and actually not even saying anything just yet.
Okay. All right. So Jim is unconscious. What are Nova and Glitch doing?
How big is this dude who's unconscious?
Yeah, so he looks pretty built, like, he's got the whole, like, triangle upper body. He looks fit now. It looks like he was probably, like, slouching a little bit to make himself look less intimidating previously. But now, like, he definitely looks like, he's well over 6 feet tall, really broad across the shoulders, very fit.
And what size is Loretta?
Loretta is probably around like 5'10".
Dang it!
She's not real she's not real beefy or anything, but she's a little on the tall side.
I have like a thing of my cipher deck, which is like you can pull an item that the user's size or smaller
Oh,
within range, and I think I made Nova 5'8". So
Oh.
curse it! Damn you, baseball player!
Well, so I mean, I think all of these human people are like medium size.
all right, nice.
Yeah, so because you said that was a cipher.
Yeah, it's a cipher. It's called
Yeah, throw it out on
Attractor.
the field here. There we go, Attractor. User size or smaller. Yeah, like you're close enough.
So I could. I know, like Loretta said to tie him up, but I really don't want to leave Loretta in a bad cloud. Oh, what would Loretta do? What would Loretta do? Bracelets.
Loretta would make sure that the rest of her team was safe from
I
this
know.
menace, which is exactly what she did.
WWLD.
I will pull this dude towards me.
Okay.
And ensure like Loretta's legacy that we're not gonna get the crap beaten out of us as soon as he wakes up.
Right.
Is there anything I could like tie him with or secure him with?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you pull out this little device that you hit and throw down, and it sort of warps gravity and like pulls him out, and so he slides towards this device and then like lands, and then it fritzes, sparks, and again, disposable tech as it fritzes out.
Damn you, Acme corporations!
Interestingly enough, all your ciphers manufactured by Monolith Systems.
Damn it, Monolith! One
Monolith.
Amazon star.
Monolith is basically the Amazon of Bleeding Edge.
Oh
They just
boy.
own everything.
That's right.
So we've got him subdued. Now we just have to let the gas pass, as it were.
So he's out.
I'm gonna do one thing before I end my turn, and I'm just gonna like not really hard, but I am just gonna hit him with my bat in his stupid stomach and be like,
You like poke him.
I'm like, that's for Loretta, and you're an asshole.
That's amazing.
We were just the realtors.
All right, Glitch.
So he's tied up.
Well, he's not tied up
Well, he's
yet.
subdued. He's
Yeah,
subdued.
but he's unconscious still. So like, yeah, you guys can tie him up.
And there's like a bunch of
The gas
Bad.
is still lingering. Yeah.
okay. And what's going on with Loretta?
So Loretta's unconscious on the floor, surrounded by this gas.
Good. So if one of us were to like go in and try to like pull her out, we would also
Probably, yeah.
You'll probably fall unconscious. Yeah.
Cool. So are there like any like is there like a door or a window nearby that I can like open?
There is unfortunately no window.
Cool, excellent. Good.
And-
Does
Getting
Joe
out of-
This is
have
a-
a fan of some sort?
this is-
Well, of course I
a-
do.
Whips out this fan like nope.
I fan myself a little first. I'm like, that was exhausting. And I fan the gas a little. Not that it does anything.
Yeah, I think like
Exhausting.
I'm gonna probably light another cigarette and stand there and like do this and say, does anybody have is there a magazine around here? Or do we have I'm not helpful here right now.
I'm gonna walk up to Glitch and after she takes a drag, I'm just gonna pluck the cigarette from her mouth and be like, and I hand it back to her.
Sharing now.
Yeah. So does anyone have a means or plan of dispersing the gas or retrieving Loretta?
Don't worry about me.
Oh, just I'm gonna let it pass.
Okay.
Tie him up. Just tie
Alright,
this man
yeah,
up
so
and let the
basically
gas
assume-
pass. It's fine.
Yeah, because it's basically like a round is like 3 to 5 seconds. Like
Right.
they're pretty small. So yeah, you'd have time to tie him up and then basically wait for the gas to disperse. And like 5 seconds after the gas melts away, Loretta and Cleaning Jim wake up.
In
so
the
he's-
meantime,
Yep.
Nectar's been doing something else in the hallway. Joe, while they're waiting for the gas to disperse, he's just he's not as skilled as Glitch, but could he try and use what little computer expertise he has gained in his time as a information broker / criminal,
Yep.
and try and find the source of that camera or where the feed's been fed to?
You can certainly try.
I'll certainly try them.
All right. So do you have any specific data hacking skills?
No.
Okay, so you can apply intellect if you want to apply a level of effort. You don't know what the level of this task is.
Mhm. I'm applying intellect.
Okay.
I'll hope the dice are good. That is a natural 20.
Okay.
Whoa!
So somehow, despite not really being particularly skilled, but you manage to you pull out your little tab and you're like, oh, well, you pull out the little USB cable and jack it into the camera and start going through. And despite it having quite good security, and also for your character, usually under your foci, it'll have some suggestions for major things that might happen on major effects.
Yeah, but since my focus is wield to weapon at once,
Okay.
they recommend is combat focused.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that you do get, because it is a major effect, so you will get some extra information. Is that it is indeed a military piece of equipment. It's registered to a rival security company, Black Star Incorporated, who also occasionally does work for Monolith. And it's a simple point-to-point transmission. And it gives you a device that it's linked to, basically an address, but you don't know where that address is. But it's a simple point-to-point, and it would normally have to be somewhere within at most a couple 100 feet. It's basically like a Bluetooth connection. So you wander too far away and the feed would disconnect.
Okay. I'm just going to back away then, give another quick salute, and then bring my pistols around and shoot it.
All right. So everyone hears a pop pop out in the hallway, and camera disappears in sparks. Down the hall, a dog barks, and an old lady pops her head out of a door and sees a man with 2 guns, and immediately just she looks out and then goes, ooh, and goes back into her apartment.
Yep.
But before Loretta wakes up, I'd like to use a cipher.
Absolutely.
I am going to use. I would like to just kind of back away. Hopefully, no one sees this. I'm gonna pop a pill, and I think it's this one. Yeah, forensic science enhancement. I'm gonna give myself training in forensic science for a day.
Okay, so yeah, you pull out. Actually, this is probably software mediated.
Okay.
Because you've got computer implants and things like that.
Yeah.
So you basically you've got a single use before the license expires. You have a 24-hour demo product for laboratory forensic science, and you basically load it into your implants, and you've got that skill available to you.
Then the pill was just my other daily dose.
And I mean, it still could be a pill. I mean, you pop
Joseph,
it in
yeah.
and you
Joseph
swallow.
needs a Viking. All right, now I've got that. I don't know what it does, but now I'm trained it because this seems like a good place to know forensic science.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do.
Okay. So you guys basically Loretta and Mr. Clean come around.
Oh. And Mr. Clean is restrained by some kind of cipher and whatnot.
You guys slapped on those like binding cuffs, zip tie things.
Panduit straps. My uncle works at Panduit, or used to.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not Joseph's. Oh, Loretta, darling, you're awake.
Yeah. Oh, my head.
You took a nap right in the
We
middle of
good?
a fight. It was very, very, very bad timing.
It was epic.
I figured he, like, knocking him out was the best recourse, but it's a small room. I didn't want us all to be knocked out. You tie him
How
up.
are you feeling?
Groggy. Did you? I'm okay though. Did you tie him up? Where is he?
I'm right here.
He's right there.
All right, listen, you son of a bitch, and I take the cipher off of me so that I don't look like the sibling anymore.
Yeah, he just smiles and he says, I saw through that the moment you stepped in through the door.
I don't give a rat's ass what you think you
There's-
saw through.
There's always a faint shimmer on those holographic fields when you know what to look for.
God, you're such a know-it-all. I'm standing over him with my bat pointing it at him. I'm like, God, you're such a douche.
Well, actually.
And I just stand up and I crack my knuckles, my neck, and I'm proficient in intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of do the old stretch. And I just take a look at him and I say, now listen, I don't take very kindly to when people are endangering myself and my crew. You have a very small window in which you can come out of this unscathed, and that relies on your compliance. Do you understand?
All right, so you can go ahead, and you don't know what his target level is, but so
No,
your
I
skill
don't.
so your skill in intimidation reduces it by 1.
Alright.
Are you going to spend effort? It would come from your intellect pool.
Yes, I will
I
definitely
assist
do
by
that.
looking creepy with a bat. I have an ability which makes time slow around me, apparently. Can I just use this to creep him out because I'm feeling very creepy at the moment?
Absolutely. All right.
Be creepy, girl.
Yeah.
So
I
you,
learn assistance as well.
so you can only stack so much assistance and asset. I think one person looking creepy and intimidating is about all the asset that you can get in this space.
We're all doing it. Only
You're
one
all
of them.
you're all doing it, but it only provides one asset.
That makes sense.
I look at it. We
You
all
guys
look-
are pulling the like Suicide Squad routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
Absolutely.
we? Some kind of Suicide
Right.
Squad?
That's right. That's right.
The
100%.
worst movie.
All right.
I
So
like lean down to him and go, you ever had your atoms pulled through a temporal time warp?
Yeah, your Adams.
I was just imagining Joseph like,
It
yeah,
says,
yeah.
Atoms. I'm like holding a bat and Joseph is doing this. And we're like, with the ultimate team intimidation, like, atoms. And like, it is the purest agony you'll ever feel. And I can
Purest
promise you,
agony.
if you do,
Oh, Joseph is so white.
I love it. And it's like, Joseph. It's like, and I promise you this, if you don't listen to her and do exactly what she says, I'm going to make you feel every single second of that. Time slowed to 1.001 second of pain. And I flip my bat up and go stand and fist bump Joseph.
Fantastic.
All right. So you've reduced by 3.
All right. You know what? What the hell? I can only apply one amount of effort, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay,
At
and
tier
I'm
1, you can
applying
only
that.
apply 1 level of effort. Yeah.
Right. So I have effort, I have my
Skill and an asset.
my skill, and I have an asset. All right.
Yep. So about the max you can pretty much get.
That's right. Oh. Nope, never mind. That's like, I think that doubles my natural charisma. Trained in all social interactions, whether they involve charm, learning a person's secrets. That doesn't stack with my being trained in
No,
intimidation.
I think in this, yeah, just your intimidation.
Perfect. Okay, I rolled a 15 on the die.
Okay, excellent. So he gives the impression of being pretty resistant to being like intimidated and questioned, and kind of like a smooth operator. But he kind of starts to say, like, when you're like, you've got this narrow window, it's almost like you've got a narrow window. But he manages, just like everyone clustered around them, he tries to put on a real good face. But what happens is when he's responding, it's not like he just like opens up and caves and says
Right.
everything. But like there's like little things that slip through when he's talking to you. So he's like trying to intimidate you back. But the problem is yeah, and the problem is he sort of just like lets slip that well, if the police don't show up soon because of those shots, I'm sure the rest of the Monolith cleanup crew will be along shortly.
Right.
We stow away the laundry
And
baskets.
I say to him, and who exactly do you think we are?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he doesn't know that we aren't here to clean him up.
I love it.
That's true.
So I have spin identity if I need it, but
no, I think like with your intimidation and the circumstance
right.
that flavors it nicely. His break is then saying, Jesus Christ, like you don't match the files. Like I got.
Oh, do you think they would send people who match the files so that you saw what was coming? Does that sound like it's in the works of Monolith? Excuse me. How long have you been at this?
Well, I mean, like, I've just been at Black Star for, a year. But
Black Star.
I mean, I worked at I was after I had to retire from the Colonial Governance Authority. I thought going to the private sector was the way to go.
Joseph doesn't know what any of these words mean, but he loves them. Colonial governance, oh my God.
Retired from Colonial Governance, and he's worked at Black Star for like a year, he said?
Yeah.
It's a shadow war.
Do I know what Black Star is? Is that
yeah, so
part of Monolith?
Black Star Incorporated is kind of like Acheron, where they're not a subsidiary; they're an independent company, but they are one that Monolith contracts with fairly regularly. But they're the Pepsi to your Coke. They're clearly second tier.
Right.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Second tier pop.
We all know that Coke is inferior to Pepsi, but it's fine.
We all know that ginger beer is the superior of the carbonated beverages.
That's true.
It is.
I'm just gonna say it. With or without the bite, with or without the alcoholic content. Ginger beer is where it's at. Anyway.
Ginger beer's pretty good.
I'm peering over like Loretta Soldier, I'm like, and my chin is practically on her shoulder. Like, Loretta, what does this all mean?
Well, Joseph, what it means is this poor sack of shit here, he was not expecting the world of hell that's about to rain down upon him.
Rain down.
I'm gonna poke Joseph and be like, yeah, so do your thing. You gonna make it rain or what?
Yes.
and Jim's just like, look, you take like one job to come in and clean up loose ends, and look what it gets you. Double fucking crossed. I should have known. Goddamn monolith.
In
Well,
our defense, you do
wait.
work for a really shady organization, so double crosses should be expected. So it's really a fault on your part.
the whole, fool me once, fool me twice sort of thing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. And so when he's like commiserating, you basically get the idea that he was here, and actually by this point, someone like peeks their head in the bedroom. There is Tarson Valora with a hole in her forehead
yeah,
laying on the bed.
yeah.
Glitch vomits.
Aww.
And Glitch, can I intrude?
Always.
All right. Who would you like to give the other XP to?
I'm gonna give it to Joseph.
Okay.
Aww.
So you've probably got like some security like software running, and you get a heads up a few seconds beforehand. Starts flashing red with a priority alert because MCPD is about to put a lockdown on the building because of gunfire that was reported.
Okay. I'm going to go over to Nefta. I feel like he's the only one who's gonna. I went over because Loretta's dealing with the thing, and okay, all right, yeah, all right. I'm gonna go over to Nefta. Sorry, I'm sometimes just as awkward as Glitch. And I'm gonna say, hey, we have a situation now. This building's about to be on lockdown. What should we do?
Well, we could kill our way out. I mean, that is a situation, not what I'd prefer, but it is an option. On the other hand, I don't know. We could try and sneak out, jump out of there are no windows. I would say jump out of a window, but there aren't any. Would it be possible to interfere with their systems and change the address to, the next building along?
Dan?
I mean, you can try. Hacking the police department is gonna be very difficult.
Can I help?
Can your dad help?
Yeah, I mean, I get. Do I care if he finds out? I guess I don't. I guess I'm just gonna go. I guess I'm just gonna kind of go in there and let everybody know, like, we might need to wrap this up quickly, like soon, like now.
I'm just gonna reach out to my. I don't know how this works. Oh God. This is a poor choice. I'm gonna say, Daddy, in my head, can you help with the building?
What would you like, Joseph?
I don't know. It's about to be locked down. Just keep it unlocked. But do it dramatically. Wait till I get up to the door, and then I'm gonna go, oh, and then the doors will fly open, and we'll all leave. Yes. Make me look cool, Daddy.
I think I can provide an opening.
Perfect. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
I love this so much.
Oh, God.
I was going to say...
Best thing ever. I love it.
because he asked, Joseph, would you like me to open the back door?
That's right. That's right.
I was going to say that Nebda would have mentioned that he thought they should try and change the address the next one over, but I'm so glad I didn't because I love this much better.
Yes.
So I guess I tell the group I've found an exit, a backdoor exit. I don't know.
And you get a little
Perfection.
you get a little like layout map of the building, sort of just like pops up on your visual interface. And sort of like does the blinking, and he's showing you like basically down, like down the back steps, and he can provide at least a few second window that the door will be open before the MCPD gets there.
Perfect. Go, let's go. And I run.
What do we do with the hurry?
I have one plan that just sounds really cool in my head.
Okay.
But only because you said he was a smooth operator.
Yes.
So I want to walk over to him and go, you may be a smooth operator, but you've been hit by, or you've been struck by some smooth ass criminals, and I want to hit him with a bat.
All right. I mean, he's like tied up and helpless. Yeah, he like whack in the side of the head with the bat, and he keels over unconscious. And of course, he's still bound.
Could Nevda step in at that point? And I'm switching out the ammunition in one of my pistols as I'm walking over, just because I use the old, as I mentioned, revolver instead of There's a sliding new bullets in. Click it shut, and I'm using one of my ciphers. I'm taking 2 shots at the guy. And,
all right. What cipher are you playing?
If I find the right one, psychic strange ammunition.
All right.
I love these ciphers.
Roll
The
a
names
d6
on
for
them.
me. Yeah, and like this deck is specifically from because the cipher deck that they have available to buy is the one from The Strange. So
I love it.
Yeah, so a lot of them get weird because like Strange has like recursions into like fictional worlds, basically like alternate
Nice.
realities.
So I rolled 5.
Okay, so it is a 5,
Nice.
6, 7, 8th level cipher, so it deals 8. Or no,
It deals 7 psychic
7.
on top of 6 from both my pistols with piercing.
Yeah, well, it'll in this case it modifies a weapon, so it'll do it to 1. So it's intellect damage. So because there's no real like psychic effects, but I would say that basically what it does is, it's a modified round that has experimental nanites that go and eat your brain.
So technically, the first pistol shot would on its own do 3 points of damage because of pierce. The second one does another 3, and then the bonus 7. So I don't know what that would come
Yes,
to.
but to different pools, because the psychic one will do it to intellect as opposed to whatever. But yeah, you pop a couple of shots in them. One of which is a special hot load with nanites to chew up the brain. I realized afterwards, just as I said it.
Dan, every time I'm on here, you say something.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one to say it if no one else was there. But hot load.
I was thinking like a hot shot, which is like a spiked drug, and then I do think that a hot load is actually the name for when you do weird things with ammunition. But
if nobody else clips that, I'm clipping it later. I'm telling
you.
We've been a bad influence on Dan.
Yep.
You're the best kind of influence.
I mean, I have literally
Ryan, don't
drawn
even
some
start in
inappropriate things in my notebook while as Gilly. So
yeah.
on Wednesdays, it's a thing that happens.
Let's get out of here.
Was that
Yeah.
enough to execute him? Is he dead or?
Yeah. He's you pump a
Jesus.
couple of shots in him, and you're dealing mental damage. Actually, and he doesn't have pools. He's an NPC, so what they do damage to kind of all just comes from the same spot because he's
All right.
What it's
Yeah.
worth, that lasts for another hour before the nanites fail, I assume. So I can just keep doing
Yeah.
that for another hour.
Yeah, you basically we'll say like it's you activate like a whole thing of ammunition that you can load in, and they'll basically they've got enough juice to stay active for an hour before they just become like regular bullets.
So Nevda has no reaction to the fact he's literally just
Enough juice in those
executed.
hot loads.
Good.
Sorry, I get it.
Children.
But you know the great thing with this Nevda, because this is the bleeding edge, which, you know, like think altered carbon and things like that. With mental implants in the brain, like a dead guy can still be interrogated by the police normally.
That's a good
But-
point.
But
Take
you've
2 more shots straight to them.
you've melted his brain. The nanites
Nice.
are like have just chewed up his brain.
Oh,
That's
wonderful.
gross.
Nevda has no reaction to the fact that he's just done that. He literally just holsters, brushes off his waistcoat and says, "Let's go."
Yes, let's get going.
Yeah, his
I'll go-
brains are like running out his nose.
I
like-
Glitch vomits again.
I like-
She's
I
like,
just
I'm
help,
not.
I just help Glitch out the door, and I pull out some. I keep some candied ginger in case, you know. It helps with an upset stomach. I just pull out some candied ginger and I hand some to Glitch.
I'm also like holding her
Thanks.
hair back because I'm like, your hair is pretty. Let's just get me out the way.
Yeah,
there we go.
yeah.
There you go. It's okay. It's okay.
She's like kind of crying and is like, "You guys are really nice."
You know, you got to look after your own. Otherwise, you know, what even is the world?
Plus, you have a bitchin' arm.
That's
She
right.
like gives a little like thumbs up with it.
So when we get to the back door, I want to wait. I want to wait for the perfect moment to be the Gandalf, except for without falling into the pit of hell.
the Gandalf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Gandalf.
Yeah, so like
Gandalf.
so just as you
Gandalf.
The gun.
just as you can hear like in all the corridors go dark, like all of the lights except for emergency red lighting, right? So the lights all go off and there's this emergency, and it becomes like the red alert sort of thing in Star Trek, where up around on the walls are these big strips where what was, you know, just the paint has turned red and is flashing with like an alert and the MCPD logo, and it's like MCPD official lockdown, and it's
Right.
flashing, and there is like an automated voice coming over the PA system saying, you know, like, attention, this building is now under MCPD official lockdown. Stay in your domiciles. Attention. And it's just doing the like the fire alarm kind
The
of
old read alert.
yeah. And
All right.
and you can hear like MCPD officers like starting to come in through the front door. You can hear them like entering and like booted feet on hallways. You know, it is time to get out of Dodge.
Just as a point of note, as we're going, Nevda is relaying specifically to Glitch the fact that he did about the. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my own words now. He's relaying information about the Black Star camera, and is asking Glitch if she would be able to pinpoint the location within the 100-foot range it was broadcasting to.
All you had was a device thing, and then you destroyed the camera.
Bless you.
That's fair.
So there's nothing transmitting. You've just got like a device ID code at this point, and
Oh, yeah,
nothing
that's
that would be
what I meant. If
transmitting.
you'll be able to track down where that device is.
Yeah. Yes,
But
Glitch could
is that-
certainly try.
What was so? Okay.
This would be like you'd be like scanning to see like, you know, Like, when you pull up a Bluetooth device and it's like showing you devices within range, you're basically doing the equivalent of that, but you've got to like hack into them and see if they match ID codes and like that sort of thing.
Okay.
So you do have your skills here applied.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you have?
I have.
You could spend.
I'm trying to figure out if I can use this cipher, but I don't actually entirely know what it does.
What does it say?
It says that I can choose up to 3 foci that I've previously gained through translation.
This is definitely something specific to the strange.
Okay.
Because in the strange, when your character goes into a recursion, you can actually change your foci. So it doesn't apply directly here.
Got it. It was the translation part. I was like, I don't know what that means. Okay.
Yeah. It could apply in Bleeding Edge when if you've body swapped.
Jesus.
Oh.
Well, like if you've like re-sleeved, like in Altered Carbon, right? You've download your mind into other bodies and synthetic bodies. They could theoretically have other foci. I'm working on the rules for that.
Okay, great.
All right, so I guess then that it would just be that I'm hacking this. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could spend effort.
Heck it.
Can I use my knowledge of forensics to help her now? Is that what forensics is?
Absolutely. You've got that skill. So if you're sort of connecting with Glitch and offering help, then you could totally do that.
I have to spend intellect for that?
No, because it's a skill. So you're not activating an ability. You are just skilled and providing expertise as an asset.
So I was like, Glitch, allow me to help you, and I just like help her.
Yeah,
we're gonna hold hands.
I've always been like this.
There's little discharges of electricity.
I've still got, I'm still supporting like one arm under Glitch, and I'm just making sure she gets out of this all right.
I'm still holding a hair, so I'm like totally useful in this situation.
It's just in a ponytail now.
I'm like braiding it as we run.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
Our space family is the best.
All right, so you've got your asset and skill, so they reduce the difficulty by 2.
Okay.
And if you want to spend effort, you can spend effort.
Do I want to spend?
Or I mean, if you want to spend intellect.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I do. Yes, I do. What am I saying? Yes, of course I do. Okay. You're doing it, Peter.
All right.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Can I spend some XP and re-roll that?
You absolutely can.
Great. I'm gonna do that. 18.
Okay. So you managed to triangulate its exact pinpoint, and it's in the room you just left, the apartment upstairs.
Cool. I'm gonna tell everybody that.
We're so good at this.
We're really good investigators.
That is a shame. I was really hoping there were more people I could kill. On the upside, Loretta, it might be not so much he saw through your disguise, but more saw you apply your disguise since he would have seen us approach.
That's right. And also, I mean, it's not like these things are foolproof anyway. He could have just seen through it, and that's also valid. But, the end result is all the same. He is not going to live to regret his decisions.
Mm-hmm. Summarily executed.
Are we out of the building yet?
Yes, I was waiting for your dramatic exit.
Well, yeah.
Fly, you fools.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gandalf.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know it doesn't sound like what I'm saying is what I'm saying because of the accent right now, but I'm definitely putting a Y in there.
Gandalf.
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 That's right. Gandalf.
Oh, bloody hell, it's Gandalf.
Right.
All right.
That's right.
All right, so you guys make your exit out of the building before the MCPD get it under total lockdown.
So the building is under lockdown, but the thingy that was on the wall was coming from a place upstairs.
Yep.
But
On the
we
view
just
left.
but the bill. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like basically you because Nevda had just gotten like the device ID. So then when
Got
you
it.
like scanned the building like on your way out, it's like son of a bitch
Okay.
because it was transmitting to the apartment that you left.
Got it.
I turn around once I'm like, did you see what I did? Did you see how I got us out of there? Wasn't that terrific?
I'm like
What is-
busy braiding my hat. I'm braiding a hat, so I was like, huh? I'm sorry,
That
this
was-
is like a fish tail, so it's a lot of effort. Hang on.
That was absolutely you did a great job, Joseph.
How'd you do
You
that?
know what? When it comes to the back door, we all know that Joseph is skilled. We don't need to question it too hard.
And as you all leave, like the door slams closed, and you can hear like magnetic locks engage, right, as it locks closed. And
And we
now
were
like
never here.
around the whole building, like hovering a few feet out is like a hologram red like police tape, right? And it's like rotating around the building, and it says MCPD, no admittance.
I like nudge glitch and like your crime tape was cooler.
That's right. It was.
It was real.
Thanks.
And it's like we were never here.
It's like
Minus
with
all the
building on
DNA from
lockdown.
Glitch's vomit everywhere upstairs.
Minus me.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, shall we head on to
Your identity is super scrubbed. It's fine.
Valley Boulevard next?
Let's do it.
Lead the way, Hot Wheels.
Let's eat it.
All right. So the cab was running outside. Its meter just ticking over. You hop in.
I'm an expert at flagging down taxis, so
Yeah, absolutely.
You were
And-
never here.
I'm just imagining Joseph doing that whole like stick like one leg out trick
Exactly.
to like in the taxi.
with my lifts. I'm wearing my investigating lifts now. I don't have my boat shoes on anymore. I've got my lifts on, so I'm just like taxi. My nice scarlet like velvet coat and like a golden clutch in one hand, and I'm just like taxi.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
All right.
perfect.
So we'll just in the interest of time, we will like sort of shift forward as you've got like the scene where the taxi is going down Valley Boulevard, and so the camera, it's like a dark neon lit interior where like things are flashing over your faces from like all the bright lights outside as you go down the streets, and subtly shifting locations as you chat on the way. And then you're outside a fancy door in a hallway in this like high-rise apartment building, like condo building on Valley Boulevard. It's all like gleaming white and chrome and like dark black polished floors. Not a hint of grime like the rest of the city. This is all like gleaming, clean, high-tech, very minimalist everything. Taken to an extreme. And outside of this door, which it's like a bamboo veneered door, so like very high end, very expensive. And as you're outside, you hear a pop of like a loud gunshot inside the apartment.
I have one quick question. How long
Yeah.
did that journey take, and do my special bullets, are they still special bullets?
Yeah, there's still special bullets.
While we are in there, can I restore some intellect real quick?
About to ask the
Ab-
same question, but for
Absolutely.
speed.
You
Yeah.
can
Okay.
you can use an action, and you would have enough time to use the 10-minute one as well if you want.
So what
to
do I
use
do
a 10-minute
exactly for
recovery.
this? I
So for
Thank
recovery,
God.
you roll a d6, and you can add that back to your pools.
Oh, good.
I rolled a 6.
I got a 2 again.
Glitch
I
only
got a
ever recovers
6.
2. Perfect.
I haven't even. Oh, I
Do
spent.
all the points have to go into one pool?
No, you can distribute them as you want.
Cool. So I get to roll this twice, and then. Cool.
I only did one thing on speed, so I rolled a 6 and got all my speed back.
Okay.
Joseph has been very helpful.
My
I got all
speed
my
is back,
stats
and my intellect is almost topped. So I rolled pretty decent on the first one, at least.
My dog is inching closer and closer.
Ginger knows, just like Inara knows, it's time. It's Thursday. It's time to snuggle and watch.
That's right. Oh my god, she's so cute.
Both of our pets, my cat and his dog, they both know when it's Thursday, and they both know that we should be snuggling with our animals right now.
That's right. And what we're gonna do if people stick around in chat is host Critical Role so that we can have our own chat to hang out in.
Hey.
That's
Because
good.
I don't gotta go to bed. I can stay up late. I do what I want.
Cool.
I do what I want.
Do what you want.
Because I took tomorrow off work. So I don't have to get
Smart,
up at
smart
6
choice.
a.m.
Make good choices. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good choices.
All right.
Pop, pop.
So you hear a pop pop.
So can Nevda try and barge through the door? He's been the door's
Absolutely.
still-
I'm backing up
Absolutely.
Nevda.
Yeah, you push open the door, and there is a man in a nice, well fitted cut suit with he's got mirrored shades on. He's got a G-man brush cut and a large caliber handgun in his hand, smoke coming off of the barrel, and Darren is dead on the floor at his feet.
I'm
Bugs.
And
immediately
he has the gun sort of swiveled up, aimed as you guys are coming in the room, and he just says, "Monolith sends its regards, motherfuckers." And you can...
Wow. So Monolith is killing everybody. What
I
is
mean,
that?
of course.
Damn.
Capitalism.
Remember
y'all-
what I
Enemy.
said earlier? The whole fool me once, fool me twice thing for Monolith? I mean, that applies to us. It's
Yeah.
just that we have a leg up on Monolith.
and
Alright.
you can make a speed roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna apply some effort.
Me too. Me too. Oh!
What did you roll? A natural 20?
Natural
All right, Joseph is gonna be going first.
I rolled a natural 20 as well.
Joseph and Loretta going first.
I got 15 with one.
I guess I don't need to apply that effort.
Okay.
So 15 with one effort for me.
Okay.
And a 12.
Okay.
These
And
guys
Bush.
betrayed me.
I
we
have
get-
a. Go
Sorry.
ahead. No, it's okay.
No.
I have a 15.
And you get a 15. Okay. So everyone is going before the agent except for Nova.
Oh, yeah, that's too tough. I was
Aw.
like, wow, really? I was like,
I'm sorry, Nova.
Listen. listen, I'm your backup. I'm your bat up. Yay!
That's right.
Batter up.
Right.
Batter
That's
up.
right. That's right. That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
All right. So Loretta and Joseph.
Joseph, why don't you go ahead first?
I'm just going to charge my Derringer with lightning and fire it at him.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to do. This is a speed thing.
Yes, it is speed for accuracy, for the purposes of applying effort, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm practiced with light weapons. I don't know what that means.
Yes. So you're practiced, so it reduces the difficulty by 1.
Okay,
And actually, it will be by 2 because light weapons always reduce by 1.
great. Okay, and then I will apply effort from my speed pool.
Okay, so you're reducing it by 3. So go ahead and make that roll.
Woohoo! 9.
Okay, so your bullets fires in, and it does hit, impacts against his.
I say, bang, Daddy-O! And
yeah, remind me again what the effect
it just does.
of...
So it's a light weapon, which does whatever
2.
damage. And, yeah, okay. And then the shock part that I charge it with does an additional point of damage.
Okay.
It's 3.
All right.
And then that's it, right? In Cypher, you either move or you act, right? That's how it is.
Yeah, you can take like a few steps, like you can move about 5 feet as part of your.
I'm picturing
you
that.
can come in and shoot and step to the side.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna. Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna step to the side. Fuck.
All right.
I made a mistake.
So the bullet impacts, and you think that his suit actually has a little bit of like synthweave armor, as like the bullet deforms and hits, and the electricity crackles across. But he then like sort of grunts from the impact. What's Loretta? What about Loretta?
All right, I have a similar question as I had last time we had combat.
Yeah.
I have a similar type of cipher happening, except this one is I can either make it a corrosive grenade or a poison gas ammunition.
Okay. All
right. Yeah, I'm feeling like the poison gas is probably better as long as we have enough room behind us to like back up out of it.
Yeah, I mean, Joseph's gonna be in the room with him if you fire it sort of at him.
I think technically I would be as well because Nevda did.
And Nevda came in through the door.
Right.
So it affects what is it? Immediate distance or?
The grenade is an immediate radius.
Yep.
And the poison gas also is. So
okay. So I mean, that's like it's a pretty tight cloud. And you guys are at range, so you don't necessarily even need to exit. This is, compared to the last apartment, this one is like spacious and big. And he is like standing more like at least a short distance away from you.
All right.
So yeah, you're going to be able to like just fire at him and encompass him and not yourselves.
In that case, I think the poison gas ammunition is probably preferable.
All right.
So I will put that out there. And I will roll my D6.
Roll your D6.
Here we go. Let's hope. It's a 6.
Oh boy.
Right, so it's going to be 8 points of poison damage.
And then I have to roll to see how long it lingers.
Yes.
Which means he'll just continue to take it each round it's available.
Unless he moves out of it, because it's just gonna hang. So it's gonna hang in like that spot of the room for like five rounds.
What is this?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
All right. And that's my turn, I suppose.
Okay.
I'll just make sure I've backed up enough.
Yeah.
So that I'm not at risk of becoming in range of that poison gas, and if he runs out, I don't want to be in immediate melee vicinity either.
Perfect. Nevda, glitch?
So Nevda is doing same again. Both pistols are coming up, both taking a shot.
Okay.
I'm doing, again, my Pierce ability, which gives an additional point of damage to both of my shots.
Okay.
That's 18.
All right.
So if I remember correctly, does an 18 give a bonus to damage?
It does.
Is it +2?
Yes, +2.
Okay, so that would be 6, 8, plus the 7 from the psychic, so 15 total.
Okay, so you fire the 2 rounds into him. And even with the bit of armor protection that he's got on, sort of punches through, and you can see this fountain of blood explode out. And then he falls twitching to the ground, and then you can see the nanites start working on his brain as it sort of goops out.
So yeah, Daddy, don't fuck with us.
casually hosted.
Smooth criminals send their regards, motherfucker.
Yo!
Yo.
Nevda's just brushing down his waistcoat, just not bothered at all by that. Just, it's been a while since I've got to indulge my bloodlust like that.
Oh
That feels
my
so
God.
good.
Nova, can I intrude?
Go for it.
All right, who would you like to give the other experience to?
I will shoot it over to Loretta.
All right, you get a premonition. You get like this like flash of insight, and you can just see several seconds into the future a massive explosion. Like you can just see his body like turning like orange hot as it like for lack of a pun here goes nova and
Supernova!
yeah, and like is going to explode in about 10 seconds.
Oh, thank God.
I turn around and in very short amount of time say, he's gonna explode, fucking yeet. And I'm gonna grab Glitch and I'm gonna grab Loretta and just
Yeet
run.
out of there.
You're gonna yeet on out of there because I'm closer to them than I am.
Yes. I'm gonna say to the assassin's body as I put away my derringer, I'm gonna say tatty bye bye, motherfucker.
And safe salutation.
Safe salutations.
I have a quick question, Dan,
Yes.
before I say what Nevda does. Are we coming close to wrapping?
Yeah.
In that case, Nevda just unholsters both its pistols, tosses them out the door, and says, if you see someone else with the surname Uriel, do hand them back to me. Walks over, sits down next to the body.
Oh! What just happened?
All right.
And is just waiting.
What? I'm like lighting a cigarette as we're running, and I'm like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and then you can just hear like the whole building shakes as it explodes, and you can hear like shattering glass as the condo explodes.
What just happened?
What? Nevda!
The camera pans to outside and shows like the explosion coming out of the side of the building, glass raining down below.
I don't look
And
back.
none of us look behind us.
No,
we just-
none of you look back.
My scarlet cloak waving in the wind, and I'm just like,
Right.
I pull this cigarette from Glitch's mouth. I'm just like,
Yeah, as you're like striding down.
I take a swig from my flask.
Yeah.
What?
Nova's got the baseball
Just-
bat probably over
yeah.
the
I've got
shoulder.
I've got the baseball bat over my shoulder and I'm like, supernova, nice.
Like a champagne supernova.
And I
Do you
pick up
mind,
these.
Dan, if I- Go
I
ahead.
pick up his pistols and like, I'm gonna hang on to these, and just
Right.
put them in my bag.
Do you mind, Dan, if I do a little cinematic to explain what my intention with that was?
Sure.
Camera pans back to the apartment and it sees the cybernetic body, entirely cybernetic body of Nevda, just wires and all of that. And somewhere else, someone in a full suit, different tie, fully buttoned collar, just opens his eyes and goes, well, that's one identity down, on to the next.
Oh boy.
And it
So
has a
appropriate.
name tag. It has the name tag of Septum Uriel.
That's funny.
And like a serial number underneath.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Septum. Septum is 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 07. And of course, like fluttering down in the explosion is like a little piece of paper, charred, and you can just see the like tail end of it, and it's like 06.
Goddamn synths.
And that's basically my next cipher character that I've already made, and I just wanted a way to introduce them. So
so ready for it.
Nice.
Excellent,
Nice.
excellent. All right. Well, I think that is a good place to wrap, as we can all assume that essentially whatever happened was maybe someone was getting pinned on it, but ultimately it looks like a Monolith inside job on the explosion and cleaning up loose ends. And why would Monolith blow up their own factory? Who knows? So yes, thanks everyone. Thank you in particular to you fine folks for playing with me this evening. And we'll let people announce anything they need to announce. And otherwise, stick around in chat after I end the stream and then transition it into host mode. And we can hang out for Critical Role. So, absolutely. So yes, I am Dan Gaston at MadSci DM, GM here on Variant Roles. Tune in through the weekend and this week for our continuations of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. No Invisible Sun this weekend because I have to go celebrate a friend successfully completing his PhD. But you can check me out on Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, as I start level 4 of Dungeon of the Mad Mage with Emma and Matthew joining me.
Hey.
Yes, and some new folks that we have brought in, new people to Variant Roles. So check us out. There's gonna be some stuff happening. It should be pretty good. And then next week we have DM Corey wrapping his level on Monday, and Eugenio Vargas continuing his level on Wednesday. And then me again next weekend. So yes, stay tuned. And as always, look out for more Cypher System games.
Woo!
All right. Anyone else have anything to announce? Matthew, Alexis, I know you guys get usually some stuff to shout out.
Yeah, thanks. Tomorrow I will be doing another Alexis Attempts Art stream.
Excellent.
And I think Matt will be joining me. Yes.
As long as I get off work at my usual time. Yep.
All right. So that'll be around 4:00.
Yep.
So that'll be a lot of fun. Yay. And
Excellent.
yeah, I will be just chatting with you folks while I do some more wood burning, some pyrography. And I think after that will be some I think after that is some Divinity with Lizard Plays and maybe even some Anthem, just like we did last week. So
Cool.
And then Saturday, I think Matt has a thing.
Well, I'm gonna be on Variant Roles, and then there'll be a Matt's in the Machine super episode. But the thing I wanted to mention that's more important is I am going to be starting up a Storm King's Thunder campaign on Dice Priority.
Yeah.
I don't have it's gonna be on Friday nights, 9:30 p.m. Central. But I'm bringing on all new people that are gonna be on, and we'll make those announcements later. So stay tuned to Twitter to know when that's gonna happen. But yeah, Storm's King Thunder has been greenlit, and it's the Giants are coming.
Excellent.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Nice.
I am off stream. I've also just started a Storm King Thunder thing, so we'll have to like link up periodically.
Normie
compare
games.
notes. Or we could mine will fall behind yours because it's only every other week ish. But yeah, we can maybe hang out on stream and talk prep or something.
Absolutely, that'd be
There you
that'd be
go.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do have something to announce
yes.
for Saturday as well.
Oh, hey.
I will be, against my better judgment, DMing a one-shot over on the RPG Lab at 4 p.m. UTC, which Val has graciously agreed to play in.
Excellent.
That's so exciting.
I'm so
I don't know what I'm doing. It's going to be terrible. But if anyone wants to see a disaster, just come and watch. You're welcome to come and watch.
Yay.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Perfect. Excellent.
And that's
Awesome.
just me. I'm the lesbian disaster. So that part's just me.
I'm going to be the DMing disaster. You know, the guy
Just disasters all around. That'll be great.
Look, on brand. Like
That's right.
That's how my
It'll
games
be entertaining.
roll. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
All right. Anyone else have any other announcements?
Don't forget Dragon Heist's on Tuesday.
Oh yes, Dragon Heisters on Tuesdays on Dice Priority.
Be
Yeah,
gay, do
just-
crime. Be gay,
I'm
do
gonna-
crime.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And I will be
Summon
DMing
demons.
again this session. So that'll be fun.
Perfect. All right. So we're gonna log off here, and I'm gonna switch this over to host mode. And
Yeah.
so hang out, and let's because I see Critical Role's on, and they're still doing their announcements. So
Good.
See you in chat,
see
folks.
you, folks.